The song's entitled Modern Times. Yes, indeed. We want to say thanks to you for keeping it locked right here. It's a 6:31 and a half, making that 29 and a half minutes going up to the hour of 7 o'clock right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. It's now time for the news. Good evening and welcome to our platforms NRP Media JA and also NRPMediaJA.com, also Facebook and YouTube. It's Tuesday, November 13, 2024. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Evening News Roundup. Here are the headlines. Heart Foundation observing World Sugar Awareness Week activities from November 11 to 15. Government to establish a national drug research network soon. Ian Hales, the Member of Parliament candidate for Western Westmoreland, calls for immediate action to address drain cleaning across Western Westmoreland. Senator calls for immediate and meaningful action to address the long-standing issues facing Jamaica's hotel workforce. And in sports, Aston Villa's Leon Bailey, one of Jamaica's biggest stars, has been called up for the Mega Boys CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal series against the United States, which takes place at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. The news today is brought to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations whatsoever. Let's ask our team here to just give us a little bit of what we do here at NRP.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Chryso Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Now for the details of the news right here on NRP Media JA on our YouTube and Facebook, as well as on nrpmediaja.com, which is our radio platform. The Heart Foundation of Jamaica is observing World Sugar Awareness Week with a series of activities starting on November 11 and will continue until November 15. The week aims to educate the public about the serious health risks posed by excessive sugar consumption. One highlight of the period will be the November 14, which is tomorrow, observance of World Diabetes Day, which calls for greater awareness and action in addressing the country's diabetes crisis. Speaking with JIS News, the Senior Manager of Marketing and Business Development at HFJ, Orain Wallace, highlighted the inherent dangers of high levels of sugar consumption. According to him, the consumption of free sugars found in everyday foods and beverages has fueled a growing epidemic of preventable diseases. These include obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes, which impact millions of people globally. Mr. Wallace also emphasized HFJ's commitment to breaking the cycle by educating and informing the public, as well as the critical need for collective action in addressing the health risks associated with excessive sugar consumption. And the Ministry of Health and Wellness is undertaking several initiatives geared towards the prevention and control of diabetes among the population. Speaking during a Jamaica Information Service think tank recently, Director of the Ministry's Non-Communicable Disease and Injury Prevention Unit, Dr. Tamu Davidson, outlined some of the major programs. Among these are engagements focusing on public education, prevention, early detection, and patient-centered care for diabetes as part of a broad effort to address non-communicable diseases and foster healthier lifestyles across communities. A cornerstone of this initiative is the Jamaica Moves Health Promotion Program, which targets the prevention of diabetes, hypertension, and other NCDs through the promotion of physical activity, healthy eating, and routine health checks. The flagship program is implemented in workplaces, schools, and communities island-wide and encourages individuals to take proactive steps in maintaining their health. Dr. Davidson was speaking against the background of the global observation of World Diabetes Day on Thursday, November 14, under the theme Breaking Barriers, Bridging Gaps. And she also highlighted the local theme, diabetes and well-being, know your risks, know your response. Comple- Complementing Jamaica Moves is the Know Your Numbers campaign, a nationwide effort to raise awareness of critical health indicators such as body mass index, circumference, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and cholesterol. The government is soon to establish a national drug research network comprising academia and technical experts to tackle drug use in the island. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the disclosure and said that the network's task is will go beyond prevalence studies and delve deeply into drug use, particularly in the high risk areas and groups. The minister indicated that sustained public education campaigns will also be rolled out in short order to increase awareness on services as well as to help people to understand the implications of drugs, particularly the youth who are among the most vulnerable. Dr. Tufton was delivering the main address during the press launch for the 2023 National Drug Prevalence Survey at the Terra Nova Hotel, All Suite Hotel in St. Andrew recently. Ian Hales, the Member of Parliament candidate for Western Westmoreland, is calling for immediate action to address the dire need for drain cleaning across several areas of Western Westmoreland, which, according to him, continue to experience devastating flooding. With heavy rains forecast in the coming days, Mr. Hales is urging the responsible authorities, including the sitting Member of Parliament, Moreland Wilson, Councillors Ian Hales and Garfield James, and Minister of Works and Local Government Desmond McKenzie, to act swiftly to prevent yet another disaster in the region.
That needs to be clean also. So I'm calling on Garfield James, Ian Miles, Moreland Wilson, who are getting state funds from the government to put in place. Today is Tuesday, November 12th. The flood rains and the tropical depression are due over the next coming days. Let's not allow our citizens to suffer anymore because the drains are blocked. And then you will come after and clean the drains. Let's clean the drains now before they come. Let's clean the drains now before the rains come. Let's prepare the ark of Western Westmoreland. So once again, McNeil Land drains, Egypt Gardens drain, Station Road drain, Retreat drain, Parish Well next to Texaco in Negril, Duck Pond in Mount Erie, Norman Manliffe Boulevard in the Treehouse area. That needs to be cleaned also.
That was Mr. Ian Hales. And Mr. Hales also addressed the condition of the drains in PNP areas as well.
As I can say that, I've spoken to the three representatives of the People's National Party, Councillor Arthur Colley, Councillor Joan Bardor from the Friendship Division, and Councillor Warren Littleton from the Granger Division in terms of being proactive. Let's not wait and not prepare the Western Westmoreland ark for the rains that are due.
That was Member of Parliament candidate for Western Westmoreland, Ian Hales. Hales also called on Minister Desmond McKenzie to intervene, stating that the government must prioritize the safety and welfare of residents in the affected areas. Meanwhile, opposition spokesperson on tourism and linkages, Senator Janice Allen, has expressed deep concern following yesterday's strike by hotel workers at Breathless and Secrets Resorts. After engaging with the workers on the ground and hearing the reason for the strike action by the workers, Senator Allen called for the immediate and meaningful action to address the long-standing issues which are facing Jamaica's hotel workers.
Today I was on the ground with hotel workers from Breathless and Secrets Resorts during their protest. Hearing their stories of overwork, underpaid double shifts, and being ignored left me deeply concerned. These are consistent stories that show we must do better for the people who are the backbone of Jamaica's tourism industry. As I said earlier today, yes, we want investors to make profits, but our people should also feel the profits. Workers are vital to this industry's success, and we cannot continue to overwork them, ignore their concerns, and fail to compensate them fairly.
And Senator Allen says it is unacceptable for workers to endure double shifts without their fair compensation or for their voices to go unheard, even when management acknowledges their concerns. She says the government's focus cannot only be on rapid hotel development without addressing the working conditions of the very people who sustain the sector.
The Minister of Tourism has a responsibility to ensure that the focus is not just on investors and constant addition of hotel rooms, but on creating fair conditions for the workers who sustain this industry. At this rate, as I said today, we won't have willing people to work in these many hotels that are coming on stream. Jamaica's tourism success depends on these workers, and it's time we put them first. The opposition stands with them, and I continue to fight for their rights and well-being.
And that was Senator Opposition spokesman on tourism and the linkages, Senator Janice Allen. She called for the Ministry of Tourism to urgently engage with workers, unions, and hotel management to resolve the immediate crisis and establish mechanisms to prevent future occurrences. One man was arrested in connection with the seizure of a handgun and several rounds of ammunition at a bar on Market Street, Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Monday. Reports are that about 10:05 p.m., lawmen were at the bar conducting an operation when they observed one of the patrons acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. He was accosted. During a subsequent search, the police team found a Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 13 rounds of ammunition in the area where he was standing. The man was arrested pending further investigations. His identity is being withheld at this time. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news, sports, and the weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are, no boundaries, no limitation. Now let's move on to give you some sporting information brought to you by Four Seasons Sports Closet and Equipment. They're over there in Mandeville in Manchester, Jamaica.
Four Seasons Sports and Equipment, the Sports Closet, now located at shop number 3, Leaders Plaza, Nashville, Mandeville, Manchester. Call them today at 876-613-7429. Cellular phone 876-363-8323 or 876-546-0630. Yes, you asked for it and now you got it. Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Shop with us for a wide range of sporting goods and equipment. It's Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Sports Closet, you'll never go asking for anymore.
Keep it locked right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. We're delving now into our sports items right after this. All right, and here we go with our sports information on an evening like this. The 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League resumes tomorrow with quarterfinals in League A. Football fans worldwide are also focused on the final window of the group stage in League B and the play-in round for the top teams from League C. The high stakes begin with the League A quarterfinals as 8 teams are vying to reach the 2025 CNL finals and book their place in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup. The two-legged quarterfinal matchups start on Thursday night with the defending champion, that's at 8 o'clock, United States visiting Jamaica at the National Stadium in Kingston, and Costa Rica welcoming Panama in the latest edition of their Central America rivalry at Estadio Nacional in San Jose, Costa Rica. Meanwhile, Joshua Anglin has been added to the Reggae Boys squad for Thursday's first leg against the United States. On Friday, Suriname makes its quarterfinals debut by welcoming Canada to their DRLR Franklin Essed Stadium in Paramaribo, while Honduras hosts Mexico to begin their series at the Estadio Francisco Morazan in San Pedro Sula. Still on football, Aston Villa's Leon Bailey, who is one of Jamaica's biggest stars, has been called up for the Reggae Boys CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinals against the United States come tomorrow. He joins us now and tell us a little bit more about how he feels about coming back to represent his country and his teammates at this matchup come tomorrow.
Feels good. It feels amazing. It's been exactly 1 year since I haven't been here, and time has passed, and definitely miss being here. It's a great feeling to be back home as well. Getting some sun, being with the boys. Meeting a new coach. It's been good. He's actually a very good individual that I respect a lot. I knew a lot about him before, and you know, now having him here is a good feeling. Before I met him now for the first time, we had a good um, connection, or should I say, a good bond, because we were speaking a lot before we even actually met in person. So it felt really good to meet him, and now working with him it's been good. I like what he's about, and he's just a great individual. He has a great character, which I like, and he's very, very, very good with the players, and it's been something that I was excited about, because I knew that he had a great personality, and to see it with the players, it's amazing to see. It's always nice to have new players, and obviously if they're talented and they're showing it day in day out, it's nice to have them here representing, and you know it's important to also help them as well. And now being back, I hopefully I can help a lot of them, and show them the way, and definitely try to bond with them, let them enjoy Jamaica, and the vibe within the camp, and try to bring out the best in them so that they can perform and show their best. The last few games I've seen that the stadium been looking really full, and I like the vibe that's there and the energy, and I think it's amazing to see, and I hope we can continue having the stadium at that capacity, because it really does help the players. And you know I'm excited to be back. Obviously, as I said, it's 1 year since I've been with the national team, so I'm really happy to see what it's going to be like on Thursday.
And Mr. Bailey makes an appeal for fans to support tomorrow's matchup.
Yeah, well, the general box, they don't know, showing the support and come out of the national stadium and come, take in the game, and let's all just have a good time on Thursday, and just hopefully we can get the win for you guys, and just one love.
All right, that was Aston Villa's Leon Bailey, who is one of Jamaica's biggest Reggae Boys stars, speaking there about the match coming up tomorrow. Finally, on cricket, India has confirmed to the International Cricket Council that it will not travel to the Champions Trophy, according to host Pakistan. Ongoing political tensions mean the two countries have not played each other outside of men's major tournaments since 2013, while India have not played in Pakistan for 16 years. Pakistan are due to host a global event for the first time since 1996 in February and March next year, the 8th Team 50 Over Champions Trophy. But the Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, said that the Board of Control for Cricket in India has told the ICC that the India team will not cross the border. We're sure that you have crossed it with us here and on NRP. That's sports, brought to you courtesy of Four Seasons Sports Closet. They're over there in Mandeville in Manchester, Jamaica. Go on over and visit them for all of your sporting needs.
Four Seasons Sports and Equipment, the Sports Closet, now located at shop number 3, Leaders Plaza, Nashville, Mandeville, Manchester. Call them today at 876-613-7429. Cellular phone 876-363-8323 or 876-546-0630. Yes, you asked for it and now you got it. Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Shop with us for a wide range of sporting goods and equipment. It's Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Sports closet you'll never go asking for anymore.
Keep it locked right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media as we continue to provide for you information from the sporting arenas of the world. Stay with us. We are continuing with the newscast with more from the world of news. Of course, that's coming up momentarily. All right. And so as we continue this evening, we're going to take a little bit of a pause and come right back to bring you the international news coming up right here on this station right after this.
VW Investments Company Limited, Christiana Main Street, Spaldings, Clarendon. Quick exchange, no hassle, best rates. Call them at 876-964-0604 or 876-964-9370.
Hi, I'm Genevieve. And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Chryso Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
All right. We're just having a little bit of a technical glitch here. And so we are trying our best to bring you the international news. We're going to try one more time to see if we can make that hookup. And once we make that hookup, then we should be good to go with our international news coming your way right here on this station. Stay with us as we make our way now overseas and link up with our international partners and in terms of the latest happening on the world stage, worldwide in 5, courtesy of the VOA. Stay with us, and we want to welcome those of you who are online this evening giving us support.
I'm VOA's Joe Ramsey with your worldwide news update. President-elect Donald Trump has made a triumphant return to Washington. AP correspondent Sagar Magani reports.
Welcome. Thank you. Here at the White House, an Oval Office handshake.
Donald, congratulations. Thank you.
President Biden greeting his predecessor turned successor and pledging a smooth transition.
Politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much.
Earlier on Capitol Hill,
the 47th President of the United States,
Trump got a standing ovation from House Republicans.
Isn't it nice to win? It's nice to win.
His visit here to Washington marked a stunning rebound, nearly 4 years after Trump left defeated and diminished. Now he and Republicans like House Speaker Mike Johnson are celebrating. Sagar Magani at the White House.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited NATO headquarters in Brussels on Wednesday, and he said Israel must do more to address the humanitarian situation in Gaza. AP correspondent Donna Warder reports.
Blinken says he and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin sent a letter to their Israeli counterparts a month ago, urging them to take 15 steps to address the humanitarian situation in Gaza, which included more time between airstrikes.
Short of ending the war, which we believe now is the time to move to that, we have to see these humanitarian steps fully implemented, sustained, and as I said, particularly with regard to pauses, having more extensive pauses.
But the Biden administration said Tuesday that it will not limit weapons transfers to Israel because Israel has made limited progress in increasing the flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza. I'm Donna Warder.
This is VOA News.
Well, thank you so much for listening there to the latest VOA News right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. Stand by now for the latest from the National Meteorological Service of Jamaica. The weather report this evening comes to you courtesy of Winds Shop and Save, Christiana, and Spaldings in Clarendon, Jamaica.
VW Investments Company Limited, Christiana Main Street, Spaldings, Clarendon. Quick exchange, no hassle, best rates. Call them at 964-0604 or 876-964-9370.
And in our weather forecast and report this evening, the National Met Service is reporting that there is a significant feature of a potential tropical cyclone south of Jamaica. The system is expected to move westward across the southwestern Caribbean over the next few days. Expect cloudy conditions with periods of showers and thunderstorms to continue across Jamaica until Saturday. In the 24-hour forecast tonight, intermittent showers and thunderstorms mainly across sections of southern parishes. Tomorrow morning, expect isolated showers and thunderstorms across sections of eastern and south central parishes. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, widespread showers and thunderstorms are expected across most parishes. In the 3-day forecast, that is after tomorrow, that's Friday through to Sunday, cloudy with periods of showers and thunderstorms across the island. Other current regional weather features at this time: potential tropical cyclone 19, located about 735 kilometers east of Isla Guanaja, Honduras. The minimum temperature is expected for Kingston and Montego Bay today. In Kingston, 25 degrees Celsius. In Montego Bay, 26 degrees Celsius. That is the latest weather report and forecast right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. With that, we've come to the end of our news presentation this evening. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. Heart Foundation observing World Sugar Awareness Week from November 11 to 15. Governments to establish a national drug research network soon. Ian Hales, the Member of Parliament candidate for Western Westmoreland, calls for immediate action to address drain cleaning across Western Westmoreland. Senator calls for immediate and meaningful action to address the long-standing issues facing Jamaica's hotel workforce. And in sports, Aston Villa's Leon Bailey, one of Jamaica's biggest stars, has been called up for the Reggae Boys CONCACAF Nations League quarter-final series against the United States at the National Stadium tomorrow evening at 8. The full half-an-hour package of news in this NRP Evening News Roundup came to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. Here is your invitation to join us again at 6:30 tomorrow morning for the NRP Break of Day newscast. On behalf of the entire news and production teams, I am Leon Nash for NRP News, encouraging you to join this growing medium by subscribing to our YouTube channel at NRP Media JA. Feel fulfilled and informed. Have a good rest of your evening, reminding you too that if you walk, ride, or drive, make every effort to arrive alive. This has been news on this station. Keep it locked as we continue normal programming. Psalm 37 verse 8 says, "Don't get angry. Don't be upset. It only leads to trouble." This is NRP Media and Radio. The time is 7 o'clock.
Has broken like the first morning. Radio listener, what are you doing weekday mornings?
How about letting NRP Radio give you a good start to your day at 5:30 a.m. Sundays to Fridays?
We guarantee you will never regret it. On a Sunday, start your week with the inspiring and thought-provoking